Hi everyone, my name is Andy and welcome to All the Lonely Meeples. On this channel, I share solo playthroughs of various board games, including tutorials on how to play. As always, if you like this video, hit that subscribe button down below. Today's video features Majesty for the Realm, a 2 to 4 player set collection game designed by Marc André and published in 2017 by ZMAN Games. If you're ready, let's jump right in. Here are the components for Majesty for the Realm. You will need your bag of white meeples. You'll need each set of location cards. I have mine right here for me as a player. I have one for the neutral player. And then the other two, we're going to set aside one on the A side at the very bottom and then one on the B side. You'll need one little placement card where you will place your meeples throughout the game. You'll need your Tier 1 cards, which have our different types of people. And you'll need your Tier 2 cards. And then finally, have your box of chips, point chips, nearby. To set up for a solo game of Majesty for the Realm, you will need first to take your set of location cards, and at the very bottom they have numbers and then a letter. We're going to play with the A side this time. The other side, B side, has more difficult scoring. And you're going to lay that out in front of you in numerical order. Okay. Next, move these out of the way for a second. Place your meeple placement card just off. I'll put it right in front of me. For the neutral player, we're also going to do the same thing for them. And for me, I'm actually going to set it off to the side here, just for my camera. Okay, so I need to move it just a little bit. Okay, so our neutral player will be right here, and we'll be playing right here. Finally, you're going to take the other two sets of location cards, have one side be the A sides and one side be the B's, and you're going to shuffle them together without flipping any cards. This is going to determine what card the neutral player takes from the middle row. And I will shuffle that again before the game. You're going to take your Tier 1 cards, give it a good shuffle. And you're going to deal out 8 cards middle of the table. Six, 7, and 8. The rest of the Tier 1 cards are going to go back into the box. You'll take your Tier 2 cards, we're going to shuffle them up, and we're going to place them at the end of the row. Place this so that we can see them. Okay. And then finally, we're going to start as it in the original game. You start with 5 meeples, but in the solo version that was created by a user on BoardGameGeek.com, and this, I will have a link for this in the description. You will start with 7 meeples instead of 5. So I'm going to take, there's 5, 6, 7, and I'll just kind of throw those on there, make them look nice. And that is the setup for the solo version of Majesty for the Realm. Now let's talk about what we're going to be doing in this game and how we use the neutral player. In Majesty for the Realm, we are going to be taking turns with the neutral player and drafting cards from this row, taking them into our locations. Each of the people up here have their own place that they're going to go, their location. For instance, the mill wants the millers. And if I were to take the miller, I would just put her right underneath. Okay. The brewer wants to be with the brewery. The cottage, I don't have one up here, the cottage wants the witch. Some of these cards are one type of character, while other cards have two characters on them, and when you take them, you'll flip them in the order that, which whenever you want up front. So if I wanted the noble to go in the castle, I could do that. Or when I draft this card later on, I could turn it to the witch and put her in the cottage. But the cottage wants the witch. The guardhouse is where we place our guards. The barracks is where we place our knights. The inn is where we keep our innkeepers. And finally, the castle is where we keep our nobles. During the game, there are going to be opportunities to attack other players, so we can attack the neutral player, and that is where the infirmary comes in, and I'll talk about that in a moment. So what we do is every time that we draft cards and people and put them into their locations, we're going to score points depending on what that location says. So for instance, every time we put a miller in the mill, we're going to get 2 points for every miller already here. So our first card in here will be 2 points. The next time I take a miller, it will be 4 points. And then 6, and then 8, 10, so on and so forth. At the end of the game, at the very bottom, at the end of the game, if I have more millers in here than the neutral player, I'm going to receive 10 extra points. The brewery, first, for every brewer that I have on here, I'll get 2 points plus another meeple. In this game, if I acquire more than 7 meeples, so my 8th meeple, I actually trade that back in for a point, because I'm never allowed to have more than 7. In the original game, never allowed to have more than 5. Additionally, every player who has at least one miller will receive 2 points every time you place a brewer, and that includes yourself. The cottage, every time I put a witch here, I'm going to first heal the top card from my infirmary, and we'll talk about how cards move into the infirmary. But basically, when you are attacked, you're going to take a certain type of person and move them into the infirmary, and you'll lose negative points. So the witch will first heal the card, and then for every miller, brewer, and witch I have combination, I'll get 2 points. In the guardhouse, the guards defend against attacks from the knights, and I'll explain that in a second. But for every guard and knight and innkeeper that I have, I'll receive 2 points. I'm sorry, I should have mentioned at the end of the game, if I have more guards than anyone else, it will be 13 points. The cottage was 12 points and the brewer was 11, and they keep going up from there. The barracks. The knights allow me to attack. So when I take a knight and put it underneath the barracks, I'm going to look at my opponents. If I have more knights than they have guards, I attack one of their people. And to do that, I would, let's just say that, my neutral player looks like this. Okay? This is the farthest left. I will attack the farthest left person that they have. So this miller would go face down in the infirmary. If later on they don't have a miller, but their next lowest is the brewer, I would take this and flip it face down. If they were to later heal from the cottage, they would take the topmost card and put it back where it goes. Okay. The innkeeper. First, you're going to score 4 points for every innkeeper you have. This is a big card. And then, every player that has at least one brewer is going to receive 3 points. And at the end of the game, it's worth 15 points. And finally, the castle. For every noble that I have, every time I place one, I'm going to get 5 points plus a meeple. And again, if I already have 7 meeples, I'll be taking a coin instead. And at the end of the game, it is 16 points if I have the most. Okay. The way the neutral player works is very simple. I have this deck of cards that have either B's or A's. And what's going to happen is, since I can see which one they're going to take, we actually don't start with the first card. I will, on their turn, which they will start the game, I will take this card off, and whichever one it says, this one says 8, I'm going to go to the 8th one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and they're going to take this and put it into that location and receive the points. So in this case, they would receive 5 points. Once I find a 5, they'd receive 5 points and a coin for the meeple, because they don't collect meeples. The neutral player doesn't. Okay. If on their card, let me find one. If they happen to land on a card that has 2 sides, that's where the A and B comes into effect. So let's say this card is right here, and it came up as a 5A. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The A is the top, whatever's on the top. B would be whatever's on the bottom. Okay. The game ends when we each have 12 cards. And so once we place the 12th card, the game will end and we will do our final scoring. And that is how you play Majesty for the Realm. Let's go ahead and I'll clean up and reset and we'll get started. All the cards have been reset. The main row has been reset. Let me give the neutral player a shuffle. It's in the rules, it's called a young suitor who you're competing against, not a neutral player. I'll probably refer to them as the neutral player. And we will get started. All right. So the neutral player does go first. And so I'm going to pull this one over. And the first one is 5A. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're going to take a Miller and receive 2 points. We'll put their points right over there. Okay. These all move down, and we always have 8. Okay. So for my turn, I did not explain this in the rules. I should have. My apologies. The reason you have the meeples, I shouldn't have rushed through those rules, is let's say if I want this first card, I can simply take it and place it into my castle. However, if I want anything closer to the deck of cards, I have to place a meeple on it to take the next card. So if I wanted the highest card, for some reason, I could use all my meeples up and take this card. Now, of course, then I'm out of meeples. But if I do take a card with a meeple, I get that meeple back. Okay. Apologies, I'm sorry I didn't explain that. All right. So I actually really like the castle first, or the noble first. So I'm going to go ahead and just take the noble and place it right here, and that's going to give me 5 points. 2 2s and a 1. And a meeple. And since I already have 7 meeples, I'll trade that back in for a coin. All right. And now it is the young suitor's turn. They're going to take 8A. Oh, that's going to hurt. They're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's not, because this one comes over. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They're going to take a queen, or a noble. I always call them the queens. A noble. They're also going to get 5 points. And they don't collect the meeple. I did look in the rules, and it does say that they ignore the meeples, so we're not going to give them the coins for that. Okay, so they have a noble and a miller. And I need to start building up my point system here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put one right here. I don't really want to use a brewer yet because I'm going to give them 2 points. I'd rather take 2 points as well. And you know what? I'm actually going to do 2, and I'm going to take the innkeeper because they don't have an innkeeper yet, and they don't have a brewer, which would give them 3 points. So I'm going to take 4 points. Okay. This slides down, and now it's the neutral player's turn. Next card is 2B. So they're going to take another, they don't take the meeple, they're going to take another miller, and they're going to receive 2 points per miller, so they're going to get 4 points. The turns are very fast in this game. That's one reason why I really like it. And now it's our turn. Okay, I have 5 meeples. I could take a knight and start chopping away at them. I really like that idea. I think, oh man, that's hard. You know what? I am going to do that. We'll go on the offensive here. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm going to take the knight. So now I'm going to attack them, the neutral player, and seeing as how I have a strength of 1 against their defense of 0, I also get 3 coins per knight. We're going to take one of their least or farthest left people, and we're going to turn it upside down over there. We're getting aggressive already. That did cost me a few meeples. Okay. All right, the next one is 1A. I was really hoping that wouldn't happen so I could take that back. But they're going to get rid of those meeples, and they're going to take a brewer. That is good for us. They're going to receive 2 points for the brewer, and then 2 points for each player that has, each player is going to receive 2 points if they have a miller. Oh, that's not good news for us because I never grabbed a miller. So that's actually 4 points for them and no points for us. Ugh. Okay. So for my turn, I think I only have 1. You know what? I'm going to take the guard. Okay. And I'll place it here. Pause. Pause, pause, pause. All right. Apologies, I had to check the rules real quick. Apologies, I had to check the rules real quick. When I first started playing this game, I thought you needed to have combinations of guards plus knights plus the innkeepers. However, in the rules, I'm going to receive 2 points for each of my guards, each of my knights, and each of my innkeepers. And that is really, really good because I have 1 of each. So I'm going to receive 2, 4, 6 points. Okay, 2, 4, 6 points. All right, that was a good draw. Okay. And here's the next card for the neutral player. Is 4A. 1, 2, 3, 4. He gets another brewer. So that's good for him. He's going to receive per brewer 2 4 points. And he has 1 miller. He has at least 1 miller. So he's going to receive 6 points. I need some stuff over here. Okay. I think, man, I'm kind of in a pickle. Because I need a miller. But I'm going to go ahead. I really like the nobles because they give 5 points plus another meeple. So we're going to do that. I get this noble and the meeple on her. I'm going to get per noble 5 coins. So that's 10 coins. There's a 10 plus another meeple. I think that was the better choice. Okay. And I'm gonna real quick trade out 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Hardest part of this game is just make and change. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right. All right. Let me do that for them too. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And then 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. All right. And now it is the neutral player's turn. They're going to take 3A, and that is a guard. So they're going to get 2 points for every guard, for every knight, and every innkeeper. And it's only 2 points because they have none of the others. So we'll take 2 points. And I like this because we're starting to push ahead. I also have to keep track of the majorities. And he's already 5 cards in, and I've got 4 cards. So here is my next. Okay. Oh, I want to take this innkeeper. It'd be 8 coins for me, but I don't have a brewer. And that'll give him 3 coins. So I'm actually going to take this brewer. That gives me 2 meeples. And I'm going to take 2 coins plus a meeple. So there's 6. And anyone with a miller is going to get 2 coins. So we will give them, the neutral player, 2 coins. And just to make sure it's clear, it's not coins from me. It always comes from the bank. I don't believe anywhere in the rules there's any way to steal money from each other. Okay. Next card is going to be 7B. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And it's going to be the one at the bottom, which is a brewer. So he's going to receive 2 points per 2, 4, 6. And then everyone who has a miller will receive another 2 points. So that's an 8-point turn. I'm going to take it, give him a 10, and make some change. All right. So I'm looking around. I know I don't have that miller, but having another castle, or another noble, not another castle, another noble would be nice. That would be 15 points. These nobles are very, I'd say they're overpowered. Let's go ahead and do it. So that's 5, 10, 15. 10, 2, 4, and 5. Plus, oh, and I'm sorry, it's actually, I did that wrong last time, plus a meeple. So I get 3 meeples. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and this one goes back for a coin. Okay. Their turn. Oops. 5B. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's the bottom side for B. So he gets another brewer. So he's going to get 2, 4, 6, 8, plus 2 more for the miller for 10 points. That's a big turn. Okay. We'll slide these down. And I don't think I'm going to get the majority for the brewers anytime soon. Okay. So I've got plenty of meeples here. I think I'm going to take a gamble, and I'm going to, this is a really great card. I'm going to hope I can get that next turn, but I'm going to use 2 meeples, and I'm going to take my first miller. It's a really, I don't know if that's the best thing to do. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm sorry. I'm just going to take the innkeeper. Yeah. Oh, that's mine. 3, 6, 7. So this one goes, and I get a coin. I'll take the innkeeper. So it's 4 points per innkeeper, so 8. And then we each have a brewer. So he's going to get 3 coins. Whoops. And I'm going to get 3 coins, so 4, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. A lot of knights out there. All right, next card is a 6B. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The B side is the guard. He hasn't collected any knights or any innkeepers. I say he, they. So he's going to receive 2, 4 points. Okay. Let's see. I would like, I would like some majorities. So I'm actually going to take this first card and I'm going to flip it upside down for the witch. That way I have more witches than the neutral player. And I'm going to receive 2 points for every miller, every brewer, and every witch. And it's a low scoring round. I'm just going to receive 4 coins for that. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So I'm going to take 20 from that. All right. Move these down. All right. And here's the next one for the neutral player. 4B. 1, 2, 3, 4. Another brewer. That is fantastic. So it's kind of hard to see. I'll squish this up here. They have 4 brewers, but they now have 5. So they're going to get 2 points per brewer. So that's 10 points plus another 2 for 12. Oof. That was big. That was big. And let's go ahead and just give us some more 2s. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We go to 12 cards, and so this game is almost done, and it's very, very fast. So I'm looking pretty good right now. Do I want to take the miller for? I don't think I want to take the miller. I want a big scoring round here. So I'm going to use 1. And I'm going to take the guard. Since I can't attack him, I could take the knight, but I would have 2 strength against 2 defense, and it wouldn't do me much good except for points. So that guard is going to get me 2 points for each of my guards, 2 points for my knights, and 2 points for my innkeeper. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 10 points. Okay. The next card is 8B. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He gets an innkeeper. And the innkeeper is going to give him 4 points. And we'll do that first. And then everyone that has at least 1 brewer, they are pretty set on brewers. I also have one. We're going to receive 3 points. Okay. Upside down. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I have 2 more cards. Okay. And I'm pretty sure at the end of the game, these extra meeples are not worth any points. I'll double check that when the time comes. I think what I want to do is I want to go big. I could take a guard and just ensure that I have the majority. We're going to do that. Well, not ensure, but right now there's no other guards that are up. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 points. Okay. And the next one, 1B. Okay. So they're going to discard the meeples here. And 1B is a brewer. It's kind of scaring me because he's getting a lot of points from that. He now has 6 brewers. So 6 times 2 is 12. And then he gets the extra 2 because I don't have a miller. So you're going to get 14 coins right there. Oof, 10. Well, that's a lot. We'll see what happens. I was pretty confident, but my stack of 10s, I don't know, we look pretty even. Which means I think I know what my next move has to be. My last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This is my last turn. I've got to use those 2 here and take this noble. Because that's 5, 10, 15, 20 points. Plus a meeple for each one. So I'm going to take 4 meeples. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That is the end of the game. Let me clean a few things up and we will do scoring. Like I said, that is very fast. And we do have extra cards if you want to do the neutral player a little differently, but we don't make it through all of them and we still have cards left over. Let me get some scoring ready and I'll be right back. All right, so our current scores during the game, I have 108 and the neutral player has 50, 60, 70, 80, 83. Now, there are 3 more ways that we score, and I'll explain each one. The first is the infirmaries. The neutral player never gave me anyone in the infirmary, but he does have one, and that's going to be a -1 point. That one's easy. The second one is variety. I always forget this one. So you're going to count the number of your locations that have at least one character, and you're going to gain points equal to that number multiplied by itself. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 times 6 is 36. I'll take 36 points. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 25. And in the rules, the infirmary does not count. 2, 4, 5. We'll go ahead and give them, this is 50 and another 50 for 100. Okay. And then finally are the majorities. So on the bottom right of each card, he does have the majority for the Millers with 1 to 0. So he'll gain 10 points. The Brewers, he has way more than I do. He's going to receive 11 points. I'm starting to get a little worried. For the Witch, for the Cottage, I am the only one who has a Witch, so I will receive 12 points. For the Guardhouse, it got close. I do have 3 to 2, so I will receive 13 points. 10, 12, and 13. I have 1, I'll just go ahead and do these. I have 1 knight to his 0. I have 2 innkeepers to his 1, and I have 3 more nobles than he has. So I'll receive 14, 15, and 16. All right. And now we do our final scoring, and let's see who won. I think I did pretty well this time. Let me just do some cleanup. All right, so I've done all the calculations and I've traded in ships. And so yes, it was a pretty big win this time. I have 214 to 128. That's actually, I think, one of the bigger scores I've had against the neutral player. I will say in this game, it really all depends on what the neutral player takes. I have played a couple games where the neutral player keeps taking knights and hurting my game, and it's really hard to build up. And I'm sure there could be some ways to make the neutral player more difficult. But this time it was a win, and that is Majesty for the Realm, the solo play. Thank you for joining me at the table for a solo playthrough of Majesty for the Realm. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking it and hitting that subscribe button. And feel free to shoot me a comment down below. Thank you again, and I hope you'll join me for my next video.